Keego HarBOor Parks and Recreation is hosting its second annual Keego HarBOor event, a family-friendly Halloween celebration full of seasonal fun. The event will take place on Saturday, October 25th from noon to 2 p.m. at Rose Sorter Park. Guests can enjoy live music by the band Ultraviolet, setting the festive tone for the afternoon, and brave visitors can venture through the haunted tunnel, offering spooky surprises and laughs for all ages. Here to tell us more is Keego HarBOor Parks and Recreation Commissioner Julie O'Brien. Julie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
Of course.
You did a great summary right there.
Thank you. I mean, Keego HarBOor is already back in play. I mean, it had such a fun run last year. What inspired Keego HarBOor to bring back Keego HarBOor for its second year?
It was a very easy choice. For a first-time event, the attendance was incredible. We had so many people come out, and so many of our local businesses came and participated, and the feedback we received afterwards was, "You're doing this next year, right?" We couldn't say no.
Of course, especially when it is in such high demand. Now, I would imagine that going into this next year, the event is going to be bigger and better. How has the event changed since its debut last year?
Well, it's really up to the local businesses. This is a very volunteer-based event, and so depending on how the businesses want to put their best foot forward for this event is really going to shape it. Last year, our fantastic local business, Billy's Automotive, even brought a petting zoo with it had all kinds of farm animals and then a creepy crawly portion with there was a tarantula. And so, we can't promise that that's going to happen again, but seeing how the businesses want to participate, that's really how it's going to shape and grow.
You're absolutely right, and especially with things like that, like the creepy crawlies and the petting zoo, I can imagine that would bring a lot of people's attention. I might have to stay away from the tarantula, just going to be honest, but everything else sounds like a blast. What can families expect from this year's activities, and are there any new additions that you're really excited about?
We're really just keeping pace with last year. We're going to try and bring the same level of excitement that we brought last year. We will have the live music from Ultraviolet, and the library, the West Bloomfield Library, is participating, and they're bringing an event or an activity for kids to either do there or bring home. We will have the pumpkin decorating station and our trick-or-treat trail.
That's right. There's something there for everybody, including the haunted tunnel, which sounds like an absolute highlight. What level of spookiness can visitors expect from this? Just so they know what they're getting into.
This is a great first haunted house experience. We had babies last year getting to go through their first haunted activity. So it's absolutely safe for all ages.
That is good to know. That way we're not having kids walking out of the haunted tunnel just terrified with tears coming down their face. We don't want to see that. We want everybody to have a great time. For those just joining us,
we want smiles. We don't want tears.
Absolutely. For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, I'm talking with Julie O'Brien, Keego HarBOor Parks and Recreation Commissioner, talking about the Keego HarBOor celebration that's happening in just a few short weeks. Now, Julie, what kind of community involvement or local business support helps make events like Keego HarBOor possible?
Well, the businesses are really the driving force for this event. We have excluded the businesses in a lot of our block party events. We've kept it more towards local artists and bands and food trucks, but this event lets us bring our businesses in to the park and participate and have that one-on-one interaction with our residents.
And that's great. They can interact with the residents up close and build those ever important community bonds, which are always great to see no matter where you are. And it's not only that, but these kind of events are also important, wouldn't you say, for maybe building some community spirit in Keego HarBOor, especially around a time like this, especially as we are getting much closer to Halloween?
Oh, I think so. I mean, Halloween on its own is fantastic, and I think everybody's very excited it's on a Friday this year. But having another daytime activity that brings the kids out, lets the neighbors all hang out and play and do a little trick-or-treating at the park prior to Halloween, I think it's just a great opportunity for everybody to come out and have fun and interact.
That's right. And you were talking a little bit earlier about how a lot of the fun things, a lot of the things you're mentioning are tailored to some of the younger residents of the community. How do you ensure that this event remains accessible and enjoyable for all ages?
Well, this event is geared more towards little ones. And as this event builds up momentum over the years, our goal is to start including more activities for everybody of every age. But this one is definitely geared more towards littles.
Sure, of course. And of course, it's not just events like this. I mean, I'm sure that throughout all the fall season, there's going to be so much more from Keego HarBOor Parks and Recreation. Can you give us some insight of maybe some other seasonal events that might be coming up throughout Keego HarBOor, if you can disclose some?
So we have our disc golf course, which is thriving in this weather particularly. We have, starting in November, we will start putting up the lights for our Winter Wonderland, which is also held at Rose Sorter Park. And so that one is more the winter event, but we light it up and leave it lit for the month of December for the most part.
Can't wait to see it. I mean, we are getting much, much closer to Christmas, to that holiday season. It'll be here before you know it. Julie, I got one more question before we wrap things up. Looking ahead, how do you see Keego HarBOor continuing to expand its community event offerings in future seasons and in the years to come?
I think in order for us to grow on these events, it's all about consistency, making sure that people come out, making sure that we are having the types of events and activities that interest our residents. And so we encourage people to come to our Parks and Recreation Commission meetings. Let us know what you want to see here, and we will do our best.
Well, I'm sure that there's going to be lots of fun in store throughout the coming weeks and throughout the rest of the year. And it's all thanks to the great people at Keego HarBOor Parks and Rec. Julie, thank you so much for joining us today here on The Splash Live.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.